Do you ever feel like there are so many great ideas for getting organized that your brain can get kind of cluttered trying to keep track of them all? Today I'm going to share a simple and effective way to organize the ideas you have learned or the ideas that you will learn from great organizers out there. And I hope you will feel relief and a lot of empowerment as we share these ideas because it is going to make a difference for you. I thought it would be fun to highlight 3 videos from 3 different organizers that our community members here at Learn to Become have raved about. I'll link their videos in the description so you can watch the whole videos if you'd like, but I'm going to show you how you can organize the things that they talk about so then you can see those results in your home as well. As we go through these video examples, I'm going to highlight 4 different parts of our Step Command Central. That's the system that we teach here at Learn to Become. And I'll briefly explain them as we go, but we do have additional videos here on the channel if you want more support. And these 4 parts are the current projects list, the support materials, a next actions list, and a routines list. As we're discussing all these things, my real goal is that you're going to be able to have a desire to learn more things and not feel overwhelmed by those things that you're learning. I remember when I was in my early 20s, I went to a community class and they were teaching all these new ideas for things you could implement in your homes and new systems and awesome things you could do with your family. And the whole time I was in the class, I could feel my shoulders getting more and more tense because I felt like I was just getting this fire hose of ideas, but I didn't know how to implement them. So it was just more and more stuff I would never do, and that caused a lot of stress. But now I love learning because I have a system where I can put the things where they belong right away. It's really simple. And I love reading and watching videos and listening to podcasts and getting more and more knowledge because it helps make my life more exciting and happier, but it doesn't feel like a stress. And that's what I want for you as well. Okay, we're gonna go jump into these 3 examples. I really appreciate the wonderful work that these 3 organizers are doing, and I hope you'll be excited about it as well. The first one is Dawn, who's also known as the Minimal Mom. Now, I've never met her, but I feel like she's my friend, and she has a great video about decluttering your whole house in a year. She goes through room by room and shares mindset shifts, practical advice, suggestions on bins, etc. It is a great video. So let's say you love that video and that concept and you decide, I do want to declutter my whole home at some point. Here are 3 options of what you can do with the information that you just learned. So option 1, you could put it on your someday list. If this isn't the right time, you could just go ahead and say, okay, I'm gonna do this someday, and you'll write declutter the whole home and maybe reference Dawn's video. If you're keeping your someday list digital, then you could just include the link so you can come right back to it. And what's awesome is if you don't want to just throw it on the someday list and make it feel like it's just, in this big black hole, you could create a calendar reminder to take you back to that someday list, maybe a month from now or a couple months from now, so you won't forget to review it. Option number 2 is you could put it on your current projects list. So remember, our current projects is a list for the month, and it's organized by projects for me, for my family, and beyond. Beyond means volunteer or paid work. So I would personally put declutter the house in the family category, and maybe you do want to reference the video on your list so you know this is what you're following, kind of the system you're following. And that's a really easy way to have this be your focus. You know that this month I'm focusing on decluttering the house. And then you can keep that project on there throughout the year if you're, following the system moving from room to room. But a third option is you could say, all right, I am going to put declutter the house on my current projects list, but I'm going to write a sub project of that project. So I just divided this up like kitchen, garage, bedrooms 1 through 3, bathrooms 1 and 2, living room, something like that, where you could segment, well, which part of the house do I want to declutter first? And then you can pick and say, okay, maybe this bathroom number 1 is just really bothering all of us and we really need this one to be decluttered. You could just start there, and then bathroom 1 would be on your family section of the current projects list. So that way okay, every month when I create my new projects list, I'm going to look through and be able to see which one will go next, and these will just fold on. And if you need to take a month off because other things are happening, that's fine. You have it as an in progress or waiting project, and you can come back to it. And then all of these projects, the reason I have a little filing cabinet and my little cubbies there, this represents files that could be digital or paper. And then the cubbies are your support materials. Because what's going to happen is, let's say you're committed and you're thinking, okay, I'm going to spend the next year or so really getting my house decluttered, and I'm doing it in a way that's measured, sustainable, it's going to be awesome. Well, as you go through the year, you might find something great on social media that talks specifically about bathrooms, and you think, oh, I want to implement this. And then you get some new ideas that are going to make your decluttering process better. Or you come up with some additional ideas of ways to involve the family, or new things that you could build or implement. As you get all these new ideas, you don't want those scattered. You want to keep all of those pieces of information organized and together. So let's say you finally got to the garage and you think, oh yeah, where's all that stuff I learned about how to organize tools and bikes and things? And it's just all together. So that makes it super, super simple. Next is Dana from the channel A Slob Comes Clean. She created this awesome video called The Container Concept, where she shares how we often buy more and more stuff and then keep buying more and more containers, shelves, etc., instead of just putting a limit on ourselves and saying something like, I am only keeping as many pens as fit in this one jar. Once you learn something like that container concept, if you decide, okay, I want to put that into practice, how are you going to remember to do it? Here are a few options. So first of all, you could just create a list of reminders of just things to remember as you declutter, kind of skills that you've already learned. And this is something you could keep with your current projects list, or keep it with the someday list, that project you put there that you want to declutter the whole house. And so you could write something like, I'm going to limit the quantities to one container, following what I learned in Dana's video. You can just reference it there, even put the date or the title if that helps. In fact, I just applied this the other day because I was cleaning in my closet and I had this small basket and I thought, this is where I put pajamas, but what if I want more pajamas? And then I thought, no, if my pajamas don't fit in this basket, I'm not going to buy any more. And that actually gave me a great sense of freedom. So just having it as something that you record, have it available to you while you're decluttering until it just becomes part of you, that's a great start. Another idea is if you are using a next actions list, remember this is a weekly list of flexible tasks that are 10 minutes or less, and they're things that you can do in the context of home, errands, computer, to discuss, or phone. So I use my next actions list every single week, and the goal is to keep it very simple. But let's say you decide, I don't want to just wait and implement this later. Maybe you watched Dana's video and you say, I actually have a bunch of markers and I could organize them or keep all my pens in one little container. I'm going to go ahead and put in the home category, spend 10 minutes organizing my pens in my office. Okay, very simple. Or you might say, I want to discuss this with my family because we've been having some problems where people take off their shoes and we have this one little shoe area, but there's like 5 times as many shoes as fits in that area every single day. Maybe we could have a quick family discussion and I could even show them the video, and then I could say, how about we only keep the number of shoes that fit here and then we take the others to our rooms so they're not in the main family area. In fact, on Dana's video, I was reading in the comments and there was a mother who said, I shared this video with my son and then he went and cleaned his whole room in like 5 hours. So I thought that was awesome. Sometimes just involving our families, coworkers, other people in the things that we're learning is going to be great as well. So this is just a little idea where then instead of just watching a video and thinking, oh, that was great, and then it goes away, you actually make it happen and you see it in your own life. And third is Cassandra from the Clutterbug. In her video, Speed Clean with Me, speed cleaning my house with Dirty 30 routine, she shares how she spends 30 minutes or less doing the following: make the bed, do the dishes, clean the kitchen, clean the bathroom, a tidy tote pickup where she gathers things into a big tote that has smaller containers inside and then sorts them by family member or room. Then she cleans the surfaces, spot mops, and does the laundry. Now let's say you love this idea and you think, I want to have an awesome 30-minute cleanup that I do every week. Wonderful. Okay, so let's talk about how we're going to implement it. So first of all, you could add it to your routines list. So our routines are things we do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly. in the categories of me, my family, and beyond. So very similar to the current projects list, except routines are things we do over and over and over again. So you could go to your routines list, which you look at least weekly, and things that you're trying to establish you might put on your calendar. But you could just put it in the home weekly section as something you're going to do every week. Now, if you're thinking, I need to establish this as a routine, that tote thing she has, I want to get a tote and I want to have little totes in the middle, and I maybe want to watch the video again, and I want to print out her little cheat sheet, and I want to just start practicing this with the family. Awesome. That's establishing a routine, and that's a project. So you could put it on your current projects list in your home category to establish that 30-minute cleaning routine. And we've talked about this in past videos, but this is a really important concept. Most people confuse projects and routines, and so they put them just all together on a big list. But if you think projects can actually be checked off, like there would be a point where you would say, I have established this routine. Check, awesome. But routines are never done. Laundry's never done, cleaning's never done, right? Brushing your teeth's never done. It's just something that you're always going to do over and over again. I also have the support materials here because you are, in this case, going to have that list that she has. Now, I think she has a printable she offers, or you could, screenshot her video where she talks about it. And you might want to either put that, let's say I have a home category, so I have a folder for cleaning. I could put it in there. Same concept digitally. You might have a digital folder called, this is my home management, and then a cleaning subfolder in there, and you just pop it in there. Anytime I store something digitally, I just try to title it with as many keywords as possible that will make it easy for me to find it when I need it. And it can also be linked or included with routines or projects. So it's just easy to find. That's the goal. You don't want to be digging through it. So referencing the video, referencing the date, or printing off the materials, that's going to make it simpler. And then finally, you could just put it in a someday folder, right? I never want you to feel like, oh, I have to go implement everything that I see online. No, of course you don't. But having this someday option is great for that as well. So I'm very starting to get excited thinking, oh my goodness, I could implement this 30-minute cleaning routine. Everything's gonna feel so great and our family can do this together. I hope that going through these 3 examples has been helpful for you, and I hope you're catching the vision where you can see that when you can build your command central and you have your system in place, now as you're learning new things, whether it's about organizing or family raising or doing something inside your business, now it's so easy to be able to just put it into your system and do the things that make sense. I would love to share a wonderful email that we got from Tracy. She's one of our community members who built her command central. I just want you to hear in her words how excited she is about the transformation.
I feel like I'm pretty organized. However, while speaking with my wonderful friend Valerie about the tidying I was doing following Marie Kondo's book, she then shared that she was excited to begin her Learn, Do, Become program because she really needed some organizational guidance. So then this person, Tracy, went ahead and started building hers as well. And she said, I am so glad I did it. I will admit I've already had a good portion of the command central already intact, but I was able to apply a few key elements you suggested. The real aha moments came in the current projects list portion, and I have to tell you, it completely changed my world. 4 exclamation marks. I have gotten more done in a week's time and feel amazing. Projects that I was going to get to 6 or 7 months ago that were stressing me out were done in 2 to 3 days. Other projects are lined up for the future projects. My filing system has been gutted, and the clarity I have is incredible. I'm also creating an online program about to launch. I'll be mentioning your program, Learn to Become, to the crazy busy moms I'll be serving. So thank you for being so thorough and so fabulous. And then she said, oh, and by the way, I'm not waking up in the middle of the night thinking I forgot to do something. And it's really only been a little over a week.
It is awesome to learn new things, but I don't want us to learn things and then have them just disappear. Sometimes it even becomes entertainment to watch other people thrive online, where you say, oh, I like watching this person clean, or this person exercise, or this person spend quality time with their family. But then we end up feeling like we're just living vicariously through other people. And my goal isn't for you to just sit and watch me here on YouTube or just sit and watch the world go by and thrive. My goal is for you to thrive, because the whole point of having things that you learn online is that they're going to actually show up in your life. And you're going to start waking up excited and going to bed content. And you're going to see your spaces feel beautiful. And you're going to build awesome family relationships and go out there and live your purpose. Because that's how I know I'm fulfilling my purpose, is if you are fulfilling yours, and I can help make that easier for you. So I hope you enjoy the additional videos that we have here on the channel. I really, really want you to build your Command Central and feel that relief and joy. And we've got links in the description on how to make it really, really easy for you if you need more support. But please stay with us here at Learn to Become and know that it is possible to organize all the stuff that you learn about organizing and to have it happen for you. See you soon.